On the news tonight, Governor Soludo felicitates with Archbishop Ibezim at 60. Anambra Governor's wife, Mrs. Soludo, calls for tougher sanctions to end human trafficking. Economic and Financial Crimes Commission threatens to arrest Nigerians hoarding dollars and other foreign currencies. Death toll rises from Israel's strikes in Gaza. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and welcome to the news. My name is Maureen Stone Enujoke. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has extended felicitations to the Archbishop, Ecclesiastical Province of the Niger, and Bishop of Awka Diocese, the Most Reverend Alexander Ibezim, on his 60th birthday celebration. Governor Soludo joins millions of Anambra and well wishes to acknowledge God's blessings on the life of the Archbishop as he marks 3 years of Archiepiscopacy, 12 years episcopacy, 20 years of marriage, and 38 years of service in God's vineyard. The governor commended the exemplary leadership he has provided over the years as an Anglican prelate and pious devotion to the service of the Lord. He noted that Anambra State, Nigeria, and indeed the global community are proud of the exceptional commitment, passionate and visionary leadership he has provided in diligently piloting the affairs of the church and selfless service to humanity over the years. He, on behalf of his family, the government and people of Anambra State, congratulates him and appreciates the support he has provided to his administration in the journey towards building a livable and prosperous homeland, and prayed God to grant him grace, good health, long life, and more wisdom in the years ahead. Wife of the governor of Anambra State, Mrs. Nonye Soludo, has called for tougher sanctions to end the current surge in human trafficking. Mrs. Soludo made the call when a delegation from the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, visited her at the Governor's Lodge, Amobia. Daniel Ezigwe has the details.
The team is in Anambra State to train a task force for the implementation of National Action Plan on Human Trafficking, which was initiated by the federal government in March this year. Addressing the delegation, Mrs. Soludo said that with stringent laws and follow-up actions, the deadly business will lose its incentives, while those who engage in it will be forced out of business. The governor's wife also explained that she has been engaged in a series of meetings with different women groups, urging them to take charge of their homes and to also get involved in recreative agriculture. She also said that plans are already on to train women in different skills and assured the delegation of a stronger working collaboration, adding that as a child advocate, she sees the task as a personal obligation. On her part, the Commissioner for Women and Social Welfare, Mrs. Ifeanyi Binabo, explained that her ministry and the Anambra State's command of the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, have a mutual work network, but stated that they are already setting up a shelter for those rescued from trafficking and abuses. Earlier, the commander of Enugu Zonal Command of NAPTIP, Mrs. Nneka Ajie, explained that human trafficking has already taken a whole new level, with 80% of cases happening within Nigeria. From the Governor's Lodge, Amawabia, Daniel Ezigwe, ABS News.
Chief Ken Akai has emerged the caretaker committee chairman of Okija Town Union. The nomination of Chief Akai and other caretaker committee members of Okija Town Union was held at the SSD Conference Hall, Government House, Oka. We have the details.
Chief Akai was unanimously elected by members of Obahuabo Obahu, Uhuobo, Uhuowele, and Ihitabu Ihite, Okija, in Ihiala local government area of Anambra State. The elected executive members present also unanimously elected Barrister Ikenna Obidiegwu as the Secretary General. Mr. Nwabweze Ume was voted in as Financial Secretary, while Comrade Chukwuebuka Ilo was also nominated the Public Relations Officer of the Caretaker Committee of the Town Union. Addressing the stakeholders from the 3 quarters of the town, Anambra State Commissioner for Local Government, Honorable Collins Nwabunwanne, who represented Governor Chukwuma Soludo, reminded them that they collectively voted in the Caretaker Executive to serve for 12 months to enable them draft the Constitution of Okija Town Union, and congratulated them for peaceful nominations which he described as exemplary. Commissioner Nwabunwanne explained that the state government will, at the end of the 12 months, organize elections that will usher in elected executive that will serve the town with the laid-down constitution. The local government commissioner made clear that nobody that served in the new caretaker committee will be allowed to contest in the main town union election that will be conducted at the expiration of 12 months. He charged them to live in peace and carry everybody along, even as he urged them to support the Soludo administration in fighting crime and criminality in their town and the state, stressing the need for them to know their neighbors and report criminal elements in their domain to appropriate authorities. In his remark, the Deputy Speaker, Anambra State House of Assembly, Honorable Pascal Abodike, congratulated the elected caretaker committee members and commended them for keying into Governor Soludo's vision and mission, as well as demonstrated that Okija is a peaceful town while promising them efficient and quality representation. Responding, the caretaker committee chairman, Chief Emma Akaye, appreciated Governor Soludo, Commissioner Collins Nwabunwanne, and Honorable Pascal Abodike for their efforts in putting to an end the lingering differences and restoring peace and stability in Okija town, and promised to abide by the rules. Present at the event were ASATU President General Barrister Titus Abudo, ASATU Zonal Leader Sir Choka Dennis, and Barrister Ozemena Erinne, among others.
People from all walks of life this weekend converged on the palace of the traditional ruler of Alo, Igwe MacAnthony Okonkwo, to celebrate the 2022 New Yam Festival. The festival attracted indigenes from the 8 villages that make up Alo town. Government functionaries, traditional rulers, captains of industry, the religious, friends and well-wishers attended. Queen Anibogo has the details.
In a homily during a mass to mark the commencement of the festival, a visiting priest, Reverend Father Cosmas Uzodimma, said the Feast of Transfiguration reveals that Jesus is the Son of God, and listening to him will lead to salvation. After the mass, cabinet chiefs, popularly known as Ndichie, dressed traditionally in white clothes and red cap, heralded the entrance of Igwe Okonkwo with sounds from elephant talks, Odweni, for the commencement of the festival. In his remarks, the Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Matters, Mr. Tony Collins Nwabunwanne, described the event as symbolic as he recalled how he was instrumental in giving certificates of recognition to Igwe Okonkwo as the authentic traditional ruler of our community during the administration of former Governor Willie Obiano. Presenting free Sienna vehicles to some cabinet chiefs on behalf of the traditional ruler, Mr. Nwabunwanne said the gifts are to appreciate them for their labor in the community and to encourage them to do more.
On behalf of
Igwe Okonkwo, while performing the traditional breaking of kola nut, thanked God for his benevolence on our community and prayed for journey mercies to all that grace the occasion.
Na mirikiti mmadụ ya eju ebe ata ọ ba ha ji bata ebe a ya ka ha eju wee na ibe a ga-eri ebe a ga-abụ ngozi ya onye ọbụla bịara ebe a wee na-asị olisa were abụọ ya na otutu ya gọzie ọjị ka anyị bụ ụmụ ya nwere ọtụta site n'ife ọbara nwa ya bụ n'iwe n'anyị.
For the traditional ruler of Ukulu, Dinukofe Council area, Igwe Peter Uyanwa, New Yam Festival is not fetish but serves as an avenue through which Igbo appreciate God for seeing them through each year's farming season and for a bountiful harvest. He prayed for peace and progress in our community and commended Governor Chukwuma Soludo, whom he said has come to bring solutions to the problems in Anambra State.
Wee na-ekele Chineke ekele n'olu anyị wee jee n'ọrụ ugbo n'ọbịa ebe nwere akpọ nwa wee jee kọsịa ibe o nwere onye akpọtara nwere onye akpịkpa ibe a kọkwara n'ala bụ ji wee mepụta nke nnekwu a wee were today bụ ndị wee kele Chineke.
Others who spoke during the event include the younger brother to the traditional ruler, Mr. Chidozie Okonkwo, a friend from Nise, Chief Innocent Madike, while Chiefs Olisaemeka Iboma and Chukwuemeka Ikegwogo, who received the free vehicles, appreciated Igwe Okonkwo for the exceptional gate show. This brings to 15 the number of free vehicles the traditional ruler has given to his cabinet chiefs since the inception of his reign 8 years ago. The celebration featured cutting of new yam, feasting, performances by many cultural dance groups, and masquerading.
7 lives of accident victims has been identified as a collective responsibility. According to correspondent Queen Aniwogu, this was part of the views of speakers at the official launching of John Chris Save Life Memorial Foundation held at ASU Secretariat, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Oka. Queen Aniwogu has the details.
The founder of the foundation, Mrs. Florence Ifediora, lost her 2 biological brothers, late Mr. John and Mr. Christopher Obierika, in a motor accident 21 years ago, who died as a result of late arrival of help. John Chris Save Life Memorial Foundation was then conceived as a means of saving the lives of accident and emergency victims by facilitating rapid responses to accidents and other emergency situations. In his remarks, the Anambra State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Afamu Obidike, commended the organizers of the initiative, noting that nobody knows when he will be involved in an accident. While describing road traffic accidents as one of the leading causes of death in Nigeria, Dr. Obidike called on all hands to be on deck to find solutions to the problem.
We are trying to establish the state emergency medical service and ambulance system that will also launch a full-scale 2 months time. We believe the general of initiative that we have international law to feed into the program in order to save the campaign of this disease, we will not know who will be the next victim because RCA can happen to everybody. So on this note, I want to apologize to actually participate so that at the end of the day we'll be able to have a wonderful launching and ceremony.
The Commissioner for Police, CP Echeng, represented by SP Pascal Baruko, said it is the duty of everyone to save lives and frowned that people who, on getting to the scene of an accident, become more concerned with stealing valuables belonging to the victims instead of saving their lives.
Look at the number of victims. Very important. If there is anything you could do at that point in time to save those lives, you have to do them, because every life is very, very important. Every life is very, very important. And while you are trying to save those lives, try to see if you can make a contact, more especially medical teams, to see if they can help you to save those lives.
Earlier in her speech, the founder, Mrs. Ifediora, based in America, recounted how she was among the few survivors of a road crash that claimed the lives of her 2 brothers, and how she began to nurse the dream of floating a foundation through which she can use to avert the tragedy that befell her brothers from happening to other people. She explained that the work of the foundation is to essentially come to the aid of people involved in motor accidents by taking them from the point of impact to the nearest hospital and make initial financial deposits for immediate medical attention. Mrs. Ifediora appealed to spirited individuals, corporate organizations, and government to assist the foundation in the noble cause with funds to enable them accomplish their mission to save more lives.
It hurt my soul, and I've been planning, thinking of what I will do for my people, to save life, because like in US, we do have what we call emergency response. If there's any emergency or accident, you just call 911 and they will respond immediately and save life as much as as quickly as possible. But here in our country, Nigeria, it's not like that. So that's why each time I think about it, it hurt me so much. So I decided to do something to help humanity. because those children that died every day, those adults that died every day, they could be governor, they could be president. So whatever we can do is not just me. This cause is for everybody, for all the individuals, the government, everybody to support. So we can save humanity, we can save lives.
In their separate comments, a representative from Vehicle Inspection Officers, Engineer Daniel Eze, and chairman on the occasion, Chief Actor Ike Hartford, noted that anyone who conceived the noble initiative for the good of mankind is doing the work of righteousness and pledged their support to the organization. Others who spoke during the event include Mr. Eric Ngeseong, Mr. Uzochukwu Ilukwe, Mr. Felix Zontal Akolisa, and Barrister Amaka Ezeno. Queen Anibogo, ABS News.
Still to come on the news, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission threatens to arrest Nigerians holding dollars and other foreign currencies. Death toll rises from Israel's strike in Gaza. And here is a special message. The Anambra cannot allow criminal elements to hold the state and the people to ransom. Donate generously to the Anambra State Security Trust Fund, which has been set up to raise money for combating insecurity in the state. We'll be back after this break. Stay tuned.
Traveling? You deserve the absolute best. Enjoy maximum comfort in our new buses with more legroom, reclinable seats, onboard entertainment, and much more. Pick your preferred seat. Choose your preferred schedule. Travel on your terms. Ready for a premium ride driven by the best captains out there? Book now.
Glad to have you back. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has threatened to arrest Nigerians holding dollars and other foreign currencies. Chairman of the Anti-Graft Agency, Abdul Rashid Bawa, made this known while meeting representatives of Bureau de Change operators in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. The meeting was sequel to the Anti-Graft Agency's ongoing efforts to check the rising cases of foreign exchange speculations, which had brought pressures on the value of the naira. Bawa warned those involved to desist or risk arrest as a major offensive against the speculators was underway, adding that the EFCC had intelligence linking some persons and organizations to the hoarding of foreign currencies, especially the United States dollars, in commercial cities across the country. The Anti-Graft Agency noted that similar meetings are planned for other Bureau de Change operators in other major commercial cities across the countries, including key players, regulators, and operators within the Nigerian financial sector. More Nigerians have been calling on the federal government to jettison its proposed ban on commercial motorcycles, popularly called Okada, and mining activities in the country. Speaking in Oka, a Lagos-based Minister of God, Reverend Peter Ezewaji, said while he supports the need to secure the country for the good of all Nigerians, he, however, disagreed with the proposed procedure, which he said will not serve the intended purpose. Paul Ezoke reports.
Said the proposal is not people-oriented as it affects sectors that are important economic activities which are prime to the stability of the country and necessary for national security, noting that motorcycle generates employment for millions of Nigerians through the value chain, stressing that implementing the proposal will throw many families into poverty. He noted that with the present poor road infrastructure crisscrossing the country, banning motorcycles will increase level of hardship and frustration in the country, and urged the federal government to provide better alternatives before considering such proposal. Reverend Ezawaj urged Nigerians to take ownership of the country by protecting their permanent voter cards and using them to enthrone people-oriented leadership that will change the narrative in the country.
Well, the proposal, by and large, will occasion more hardship and inflict pains on the citizenry. The pains we outweigh the benefits. Thousands and millions of Nigerians depend on Okada for their daily living. and livelihood. These Okada riders have dependents. These Okada riders have families. These Okada riders have relatives who depends on them for their welfare. Where government intends to ban the use of Okada in Nigeria, government is obligated to provide alternative whereby these people will be gainfully employed.
Also speaking, the Anambra State Chairman of Miners Association of Nigeria, Chief Henry Boeli, cautioned that the proposed banning of mining activities would inflict serious harm on Nigerians' economy and further aggravate the present hardship across the country. Chief Boeli pointed out that the Nigerian mining industry employs several people in both formal and informal economy, while the entire mining value chain has over the years engaged hundreds of thousands of Nigerians gainfully, thereby reducing the burden of unemployment, and any attempt to disrupt activities in the subsector would increase level of unemployment and throw more people into poverty. Chief Boeli warned that banning mining activities will also increase the challenge of insecurity, as more people will no longer have a source of livelihood, while investment in the national economy will be drastically reduced, urging the federal government to provide the right environment for the mining sector to thrive. In Oka, Paul Ezoke, ABS News.
Israel has killed a second top militant from the Palestinian Islamic Jihad group as the death toll continues to rise from airstrikes in Gaza. 6 children and several PIJ fighters, including leaders Khalid Mansour and Taisi Jabari, are among the 32 Palestinians reported to have died. Nearly 600 Palestinian rockets and mortars have been fired at Israel since Friday, an Israeli official said. Israel says it launched the operations due to immediate threats from PIG. The latest violence is the most serious flare-up between Israel and Gaza since an 11-day conflict in May 2021 left more than 200 Palestinians and a dozen Israelis dead. The Israeli military is warning this latest operation, codenamed Breaking Dawn, could last for a week. The attacks came after Israel killed senior PIJ leader Khalid Mansour in an airstrike on a house in Rafah refugee camp in southern Gaza. The commander had previously survived 5 assassination attempts by the Israeli military, who accused him of planning militant operations out of Gaza. Gaza's health ministry blamed Israeli aggression for the deaths of Palestinians and for the more than 200 people wounded. In our sports, Nigeria's Tobi Amusan has won the gold medal in the women's 100-meter hurdles at the 2022 Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, United Kingdom. The world champion successfully defended her title at the Alexander Stadium in the women's 100-meter hurdles finals. Amusan was able to run a games record of 12.5 minutes, setting other records as well, and becoming the first world champion to win gold and the first Nigerian athlete to do the same. Amusan was one of the favorites to get the gold at the tournament following her impressive showing at the World Athletics Championships in Oregon, the United States, which saw her break multiple records to win Nigeria's first gold at the World Championships. The 25-year-old ran a blistering 12.5 minutes to claim the gold and also set a new games record in Birmingham. Team Nigeria are now just one behind the gold medal record set by the 1994 team, 11 gold medals at the Commonwealth Games and 6 behind the total medals record, 37 medals. Remember, you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka. Follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV and log on to our website www.absradiotv.com. And now a recap of the main points. Governor Soludo has felicitated with Archbishop Ibezim at 60. Anambra Governor's wife, Mrs. Soludo, has called for tougher sanctions to end human trafficking. Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has threatened to arrest Nigerians hoarding dollars or other foreign currencies. Death toll has risen from Israel's strikes in Gaza. And here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that does it on the news for tonight. Thanking you so immensely for watching. Good night.